Okay, we're getting going with our Mat 2 class today. So we're just going to start feeling into the weight on our feet, feeling those two heels directly beneath the two hip bones, pulling up super tall in the center. Then we're going to take a big inhale, out wide, just feeling how we're weighting down, heads pulling super tall. Inhale again, and exhale. We're going to turn as we pull the head super tall. Nice twist. Twist in the spine. Inhale, center. Twisting again, center. Pull as tall as you can every time you're coming into that twist. Center. Twist, twist, twist. Pull up. Stop. Big inhale. And exhale. We're going to reach. So we're getting into that reach. Pulling across. The palms are pulling away from each other. Big inhale, center. Once again, reach across. Reach across and down. Pull the top hand away from the bottom hand. Come back to center. Big inhale. Exhale. Now to the top, reaching as tall as you can into center. So you're just really trying to feel the length of that spine. The head is pulling on a string, right? You want to feel like that string pulling right out of the top of the head, pulling it up to the ceiling. Big inhale. And then on the exhale, pull the belly button in. We're going to come all the way over for just a moment. Big inhale at the bottom and exhale into the fold. Take a quick inhale at the bottom. On the exhale, pull through the belly button. Pull and roll, 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 roll. Big inhale at the top. We're going to exhale out. Just sink into this squat for a minute, reaching the palms away from the hips, right? The hips coming back. We're sinking into that. Big inhale to the top. Big inhale. And exhale. Let's bring the arms out. We're going to steady our back right up against the wall as we come into a little knee bend, coming down to hold that, and then press up out of that. Big inhale at the top and exhale. Come down, come down, come down. Just trying to hold yourself steady. Head is pulling up to the ceiling. Even here, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that head pulling as tall as it can as you sit into this knee bend for a minute. Everything's tracking, hips equally weighted. So just follow that line up the top of the spine and press back up. Great. We're going to let the arms go, come down onto all fours. So we're going to step right back into a plank first. So take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, press those feet back. Press back. We have our palms directly beneath the shoulders, pulling up through that belly button to really sink into this long, long neutral spine. Just holding that there. Take a big inhale. Exhale, pull through the hips to press back into a downward dog. So we're pressing those hips away from the palms. Heels are driving down. Let's come back out into that plank and then bending the elbows to come down. We're going to scoop up into an upward dog. Shoulders are pressing down here. Quick inhale at the top and exhale, pull through that belly button, through the hips, pressing right back up into that high hip press from palms. Quick inhale. And on the exhale, coming right back out, centering those shoulders over the palms, bend the elbows, come down and press up into that down upward dog. Shoulders press away. We're growing up out of the top of the head. Quick inhale and exhale. Pull back through the belly button, pressing back into those hips again. Heels drive down, palms press away, and then come back. We're going to drop those knees to come down to all fours, going into a cat-cow. So take a huge inhale into that long spine. And exhale, pull deep, pulling the belly button up, pressing the shoulders away from the palms, and then drop that belly button to the mat. Tailbone and head extend. Quick inhale and exhale. Pull the belly button up as high as you can. Shoulders press away from palms. Drop the belly button. Tailbone and head extend. Quick inhale and exhale. Pull through that belly button all the way up as tall as you can, getting deep, deep, deep into that spinal curve. And then drop that belly button, having a little bit of those spring allergies. Tailbone and head extend, and then pull that belly button up as high as you can. One more time, getting into that deep curve. Shoulders press away from palms. Belly button drops. Great. Now we're going to sink into some hip circles, circling those hips around, and reverse that. Reversing, coming right back into that center position. We're going to curve to look at one hip. Come back to center. Curve in that spine, that lateral curve to look back at the other hip. Back to center. We're going to combine that with cat-cow for tail wags. So pulling up first, really deep, deep cat. And then as you curve to look to one hip, you're gradually shifting into cow. Quick inhale at the top, curve to the other side, and pull through that belly button. Curve as you look to that other hip, drop the belly button in the center, shoulders press down, tailbone and head extend, and curve. Looking back, pulling up. Let's reverse that. So curve, drop and look, curve, pull through the center, curve, drop, look up, curve, pull through the center. That should feel amazing. And then let's come out of our fours onto our backs. We're going to do a little bit of our pelvic clock. So laying onto your back, feeling those feet equally placed in line with the knees, which are in line with those two pelvic bone points. Arms are going to reach down beside you. Let's first pay attention to how the spine is neutral in the beginning, right? We have a little curve in that lumbar area, but it's nice and long going out of the top of the head. We're going to tilt forward, arching the back. So we're tilting those hips forward, back arches. And now we're going to sink back, imprinting the spine into the mat. So inhale, arch forward. Exhale, come back. So that's our front and back tilt. Now we're going to go side to side, where we feel one hip come up, other hip coming up as the opposite side drops, right? Going side to side. And as we're doing this, our knees are staying steady, arms are staying steady. I was using my hands to kind of illustrate what's happening. Great. Now let's combine those movements. So we're going to arch the back, drop one hip, imprint other hip, and then arch again. We're rolling through all of those points, just like when we combined our cat-cow with our lateral curve in the spine, for tail wag. We're doing kind of the same idea here with pelvic clock, where we combine that tilt, that forward and back tilt with the pelvis, with this side-to-side motion, letting it move fluidly through that full circle while we keep the knees and the upper body as stable as possible, and just reverse it. You're breathing and exhale as you come to that imprint. So inhale on that arch, exhale back. All right, let's release that. Okay, we're going to go into a set of hundreds. So we're going to bring our arms overhead, take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, engage into the abdominals. That kind of pulls the arms. You feel it naturally pulling those arms right up, right to the ceiling. Now we're going to take a huge inhale. And on the exhale, abs are going to lift the legs. Abs, lift, lift, lift. Those legs come up to tabletop. So you can stay here or you can send those legs out at a 45, but take a big inhale. Now the exhale will continue this lift with the upper body, using the abs to lift that as well. And pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale and exhale. And reach to your toes. Exhale and inhale and press the shoulders down. And inhale and exhale. 6, and inhale, and exhale, 7, inhale, and exhale, 8, inhale, and exhale, 9, inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale, and release. Go right into our roll up. So we're going to drive both heels into the mat, reach the arms overhead, take a big inhale, get as long as you can first. So we won't actually roll up right away. We're going to reach into some length where we want to feel, once again, that string is pulling the head up out of the spine, pulling it up and away. Big inhale again, and exhale into that length. Now let's go into this big inhale. On the exhale, abs engaged. That's automatically sending those arms up. We reach here. So we have this huge reaching point. Continue. Reach as far as you can at the end. Pull back through, slowly going down. Inhale overhead. Huge length, and continue. Huge length. Come back. One at a time. One at a time. Big inhale. Exhale. And continue. Reach. Come back through one at a time. Just slowly, slowly, slowly. Huge inhale. Exhale. Up. Reach. Come all the way back. Just slowly going through every single vertebra. Trying to feel every vertebra connect. Huge inhale back. Exhale. Arms reach. And we continue. Reach. Coming all the way back. All the way back. All the way back. And inhale. And we're going to bring those arms right down by your side. Take a big inhale as you start to bring those knees up. And on the exhale, bring the legs up with the abdominals, right? The abdominals are going to raise the legs each time. So we have those legs extended, feet zipped together, toes pointed, big inhale here. And then on the exhale, we're engaging into those abdominals, bringing the hips over, going to be parallel with those legs to the floor, separate the feet, flex, pull through every single vertebra. Every vertebra is pulling, coming down, right down the center, one at a time, one at a time. Zip the legs together, big inhale. And on the exhale, we're pressing into that core, coming over, separating, pulling through one vertebra at a time, one at a time. As soon as those hips hit, once again, zip, big inhale, exhale. Come over, flex, separate, one vertebra at a time. Coming down, we're going to stay in this position here. Big inhale. And now exhale yourself up and over, really putting the strength, the weight of this into your arms, into your core. Zip the legs together. Come down, right down the center, right down the center. Separate those feet. Big inhale. Exhale, up and over, zip, pull, 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 pull. One vertebra at a time. Separate, big inhale. Exhale, zip together, pull. One vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Great. We're going to reach over, grab our ring, just to do a quick hand stretch. So one leg at a time. Here as we use a ring or any kind of help. You can use a dishcloth, a band, whatever you have, basically, or you can just use your hands. So we're extending out the opposite leg. Big inhale and exhale into the hip, pressing the shoulders down, sinking into those hips, especially this leg we're working on. Big inhale, hip and shoulders. We're going to come across the middle slightly, slightly, and now switch to the other leg. Same thing, big inhale, hip, hip, hip. Hip is coming down, shoulders press down. Again, inhale, hip, hip really sinks down as you're pulling back gently. Shoulders pressed down, cross the middle slightly, because we have to keep that hip connected. The hip is always driving down. We're going to let go of that release. Take a big inhale and exhale, rolling ourselves up for just a moment. Resetting to come right back down. Legs extend out to leg circles. So pick up one leg, making sure we're keeping this spine doing and core stable. We want this to direct the movement in the leg. So we're going to start to circle. Inhale, exhale. Stabilize yourself with those two pelvic bone points through the shoulders, circling around. We're going to reverse that circle. Toe is pointing. Just keep that circle rolling around. Let's go big. Big inhale out. And it is our core that is working this whole thing. The core is moving that leg, right? So stabilize, pull into that core. Don't let that spine or back arch at all. We're going to reverse that circle. So we're inhaling out, exhale across, inhale out. Core keeps this super stable, right? The core keeps the spine in the neutral position. The core muscles are working to keep everything still. Let's drop that leg, pick up the opposite leg, reset before you do it so that you feel both that equal weight and anchor all the way through that long spine. Stabilize in the spine and now use the abs to lift the leg. Inhale out and exhale, right? Circling around, toes pointing. Try to keep feeling everything equalizing in the body. Even though we're on this one leg, we're always trying to pull it back into that equal weight across both halves as much as we possibly can. That circle was reversed. I'm trying to remember if I mentioned that. Let's go big. Big inhale out. Exhale across. Inhale out. Exhale across. Inhale out. Across. Inhale out. Let's reverse. Inhale out and exhale. The hip can pick up slightly as we come across that midline, but we're still stabilizing through the whole upper body. Yep, keeping everything stable, making that work happen from the core. We're dropping that leg. Take a big inhale here. And on the exhale, roll up. We're going to bring ourselves into a set of rolling like a ball. So tucking in super tight, pulling the legs in. Everything is tucked so that we feel that round curve in our spine behind us. Take a quick inhale, and on the exhale, we're rolling through every single vertebra, coming right back up to balance. Big inhale, exhale to the shoulder blades, back up to balance. Big inhale, exhale, rolling through to the shoulder blades, and back up. Quick inhale, roll. Let's go for a few more. Rolling through, tucking in tight, tuck, 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 tuck. Keep that balance every time you come back up and hold. All right, we're going to lay right back down for some single and double leg stretch and then some neck pull. So arms are going to reach beside you. Stay nice and long first in that spine. We always kind of set the feeling of centeredness in the body, of that equilibrium before we go into the movement. So big inhale. Now on the exhale, abs lift the upper and lower body, coming together in that tight kind of rolling like a ball position, but we're on our backs and we're going to send out the opposite arm and leg and change. So inhale on the change, exhale into the length. Great. Press the shoulder down and stable in those abdominals, right? We're still balancing that cup of water. Great. We have 4 more sets. and 3. Really reach into it. And 2, reach farther. Yep. Last one, shoulders are pressing down. And we're coming in for doubles. So come in super, super tight. Reach those feet tight, tight, tight. Reach away, big inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale away. Exhale into that reach. Last one, inhale away. Reach, reach, reach. Let's lay right back down as we go into some neck pulls. So we're going to send those feet out. Flex the feet. Elbows are wide right behind the head. Take a big inhale. Now on this exhale, we're pressing into the abs. I usually have a little bit of a jump there with my elbows. I'm not great at this one, but we're going to widen out those elbows and grow the spine super, super tall to come to the top. And tilt back with that tall spine. Tilt, tilt, keeping those elbows wide, keeping that spine long as you can until you have to sink into it. To roll back through the vertebra. Big inhale wide, coming up and over, sinking into that deep curve, deep spinal curve. Widening out the elbows, coming super, super tall. Tilt back with the tall spine. Tilt back, tilt back, tilt back, and sink. Sink. Come down, wide, big inhale. Coming up, over, widen, grow. That quick stopping point in the center. Tilt back, tilt back, tilt back, and sink. Big inhale, over, and widen. Tilt back, and sink, 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 sink. Wide, big inhale. Coming up, and over, widening out, and tilt, 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 sink, sink. Into it. Big inhale, wide, up and over, and open with those elbows. Stay as wide as you can, as tall as you can for 1 second here in the middle, right? And then tilt, 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 and sink. Coming all the way back. Great. We're just going to roll ourselves up to go into some of our sitting stretches. So facing front now, we're going to come into a set of spine twists. So we're always like anchoring into everything. I know everything's black, so it's it's a little bit hard to kind of see the definition there, but I'm going to tilt it down a little so you guys can pay attention to that because with this spine twist, we're really watching how we're zipping up through the center, equally weighted through those two hip bones, pulling the spine as tall as you possibly can, right? So we want to feel this thing here being super, super secure. So my arms are out wide. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, I am twisting and pulling that spine up as tall as I can while the bottom half of the body is staying super secure, locked in place. Inhale back to center. Whoa, twist, pull tall, pull tall. So never lose that really, really, really long, long, tall spine being like a rod. Inhale, center, rod, spine, stay tall, stay tall. And that twist, inhale, center, taller, taller. Pull that spine higher. Come back to center, big inhale, twist, twist, back to center. Awesome. Okay, stay right here. We're going to go into our spine stretch forward. So big inhale up and exhale. Pull that belly button in and pull the spine over that ball in front of you. Sink in the bottom. Big inhale and exhale. Pull and stack, 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 stack. Tall. Big inhale at the top. Pull. That belly button is coming in as I'm pulling my spine forward to drape over the front. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale, pull through that belly button to roll all the way back up to the top. We're going to come out wide. Big inhale and exhale. Sink down, shoulder first, shoulder first. So you can pull into a deeper side bend, pulling the hand away from the hip, right? This hip right here pulls away from it. Come back to center. Big inhale, shoulder down first, pull, deep side bend away from the hip. Come back to center. Big inhale and exhale over. Gonna tilt to look at the ceiling for a minute and then tilt forward. Reaching ahead, big inhale, back to center. Shoulder goes down, pulling over, open and close into that reach. Back to center, big inhale. Feet widening up a little bit more, kind of wider than the mat. And then you're going to twist. Palm reaches back, front pinky to pinky for saw, right? We're going to saw into this. The hands are pulling away from each other as you look back at that palm that's facing the ceiling. Come back to center. Same thing. Palm faces the ceiling. Look and saw. Really reach into it. Come back into center, anchoring those two sit bones. Anchor, look back, keep them anchored. Saw into this. Reach, 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 reach. Come back, big inhale. Exhale, reach back into that saw. Pull those hands apart. Center and saw. Reach, reach, reach. They are pulling in two opposite directions. Last one, big inhale. Last one on this side. Reaching away. Come back into center. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of corkscrew. Well, actually, open leg rocker before we go into that. So if you need to keep this rocker here, which I might, I've been having some issues with this thanks to vertigo. Um, if not, just go ahead, hold those legs up. Going to extend, big inhale. And on the exhale, you're sinking through to that round back to pull right back up to the top. Sink through, come to the top. Yeah, I'm going to be here. Big inhale, sink, shoulders, back up, getting tall. Big inhale, sink to the shoulder blades, back tall. Yeah. So it's okay. I mean, we're going to be curving so that you can go through every single one of those vertebrae, then catch myself at the top. Ooh. So you want to catch the top. Inhale, sink, and catch into the tall back at the top, right? Big inhale, sink, catch. I had to catch myself at that tall, tall back. Quick inhale, sink, and we're trying to go right down the center of that spine with all of these rolling movements, right? That's where we're trying to go. Let's let go of those legs. Now we'll go to our corkscrew. Once again, it's great because as we're focusing on that principle of the spine being in one place, you know, you're trying to hit that same place as you're rocking back and forth through the spine. It's the same thing kind of with corkscrew, same idea, where we're keeping the spine in one place, but now we're letting ourselves kind of rotate a little bit, where we go down on one side of the spine, but it's still staying in that line, right? So the body has rotated, but the spine is staying long. Same thing on the other side. We're going to rotate, stay long, just kind of like in spinal twist. It's just inversed, right? So we're going to come all the way back on our backs, arms reaching down beside us. Take a big inhale. Use the abs on that exhale to lift the legs up nice and tall. Now, big inhale. Abs are going to bring us up and over. So we stay centered. Stay centered. Send work into the arms, into the core as you rotate. You can go down the side of the spine. Side of the spine. We'll come all the way out and come back up on the other side of the spine. Rotate, center, center. Always center both ways. Let's go down that side. So we're going down the other side. Rotate around. Remember, the shoulders are not rotating. The shoulders, the upper body is staying super secure. Wow. See, that's like when we're doing seated spinal twist, the lower body stays super secure, locked in place, while the upper body is doing that rotation with the spine staying in the same place, right? So let's roll all the way back down, honoring ourselves being right in the center, right in the center, right in the center the whole time on that corkscrew. Great. Rolling ourselves back up so that we can turn around and do some prone work.
some swan. So coming onto your stomach, first we're going to get into the length of this swan. So my arms are going to reach away. I mean, before we go into swan, we're getting into this length prone, just like we do before we roll up. So we're not actually going to go into that movement yet before we lengthen out the spine as much as we can on our stomach. So we're going to take a huge inhale, and on the exhale, pull your head on a string above you as long as you can. You're pulling that head away and lengthening the spine as much as you possibly can, this time on your stomach as the arms reach away. So one more time. Big inhale. Pull that spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen on your stomach. You're going to feel yourself engaging into your glutes, right? Into your glutes. You're pressing that pelvis in just to get more length. Length, because we have to get the length. We have to get that spine long before we do any of the extension work. So big inhale again. Length, 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 as long as you can. And now continue by starting to lift. We're going to keep the spine as long as we can. Keep pulling that head away from the pelvis on a string. As you notice that pull and that length, then your shoulders naturally want to stay down. They naturally want to stay down through this movement as you continue pulling that head up and away from the base. Stop and release. Come back down. Big inhale at the bottom. Lengthen first. Pull that head, and then continue from that spot, right? From our pelvis that's pressing in. We're leading from there through this extension in the back as the head is pulling up. Head keeps pulling up. That's keeping the shoulders down and keeping the head free when we come to this top point. Quick inhale, release. Big inhale into the length at the bottom. So every time you come to the bottom, you're getting as long as you can. Longer, longer, longer. Quick inhale. On the exhale, press, right? We're lengthening. We're lengthening first and then pressing those hips in to continue growing up and lengthening out of that spine. Spine is continuing its length. Shoulders are pressing down, down, down. Head is at the top. You're probably at your best extension yet after doing this a few times. And then release. Okay, we're going to do a quick quad stretch. So reaching back to grab one foot at a time, you're taking a big inhale on the exhale. This is where if you can't grab a hold of that foot, and bring it back, you can also use your ring as a prop to kind of get it around to pull back. So big inhale again. Hip presses into the mat. Shoulder presses down. Quick tuck in the pelvis where we're trying to scoop it under. Let's switch legs. Big inhale. Hip presses forward. Shoulder presses down. Quick tuck in the pelvis. Tuck in the pelvis. Great. We're going to release that leg going into the single leg kicks. So we bring those arms right underneath our shoulders, elbows underneath the shoulders. Shoulders press down. Head extends. We're going to have maybe just a little bit of a tuck happening, where we're pressing our pubic bone in to try to take some tension out of that low back. So we need to press up out constantly. We're going to flex in twice, change, flex, flex, twice, flex. So really press in, press. We're keeping these feet going. They're taking turns, keeping those hips parallel. We're coming in as tight as we can with that flexed heel as we're kind of tucking those hips under slightly and pressing up out of those shoulders the whole time to grow that spine long. Yeah, because we're still trying to get it long out of the base, right? Keep it long. That's going to take out that tension. Let's do one more there on that leg. Come down so we can go into our doubles. So back of the hand on the small of the back. We're already pulling our shoulders down towards our hands so we can grow the spine long even here. So big inhale, both those feet come in, stay long in the spine. We are not crunching up. Just the shoulders are coming down to meet the hands. And as we tap in twice, that's going to pull us into this extension where the spine is growing out of the top of the head. We come back in, tap, tap, grow the head away from the rest of the body, right? Come back in, tap, tap, grow the head away. Little tuck in that pelvis too. Really trying to keep that back from, having any problems. So tap, tap in, grow the head away. And even when we come down, we're keeping long in the spine. So it's not crunching down. It's just releasing for a moment. Reach away. So come down, keep that spine long, grow the head away as you extend to the back. Come back, tap, tap, grow out of that spine. Get that head pulling away and up and out. Last time, tap, tap, and extend. Grow, 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 and release. We're going to press back into a quick rest pose. Inhale quick and then exhale as you press those hips back. Press those hips back. Great. We're going to come into our big swan with swan dive. So bringing the palms underneath the shoulders. Spine is long again. Toes are pointed so that we can engage from the top of the head out through the toes, right? That's how we make this totally connected. Big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to press that pubic bone in, grow the spine. The spine is getting taller. The shoulders are pressing down. Shoulders are pressing down, right? To help that spine grow right out of the top of the head. Quick inhale at the top. And now we'll dive. So we'll release and reach away, letting those legs come up as high as they can in the back. Palms right underneath the shoulders. Big inhale. Grow, 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 grow. Pull that head up. Pull the head up and out. The shoulders press down. Release into that reach back. Big inhale. Exhale. Press those shoulders down the whole way and grow the head up. Reach out. Reach into the length. Even here, we're trying to get as long as we can. Just maintain that extension up through the back of the legs. Palms underneath. Big inhale. Keep growing that spine as you're pressing the shoulders down. Head comes up. Release into the length. Reach away. Hold that head up. Last time, big inhale. Shoulders are down, 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 down. Head grows out of the top. Longest spine yet. Release. Reach as far as you can. Far as you can. And release. Let's press back one more time. Big inhale here. Exhale. Back into the hips. Back into those hips. Just sink into that for a moment. Then we're going to come up so we can do a little bit of our supine series once again. So we're laying back onto our back, arms down by our side, reaching towards the feet. Big inhale. Use the abs. Lift the legs. Abs lift the legs. I'm going to take a quick inhale here. And on the exhale, dropping one leg, reaching out, tapping it twice, and tap, tap again. So you can have your hands up or just out by your sides here, but you want to balance that cup of water on your abs as you reach long, reach away. We can still do one leg at a time, even while everything is staying stable. Yeah, tap, 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 tap. We're going to go for two more sets. And come all the way back up. Come down for just a minute with that head, palms behind the head. Take a big inhale. Now on the exhale, abs are going to lift that upper body. lift the head, right? We're keeping the head long, spine long. We're just lifting it with those upper abdominals, and we're going to lower the legs, drawing a line in front of us, and pull back up. Keep that spine long. Inhale and lower. Exhale, pull, pull, pull. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, pull back in. Let's do one more. Inhale to the lower. Exhale, pulling up. We're going to go right into crisscross. So this is where we turn that sternum to the knee. Same thing, sending the opposite leg out super long. Yeah. Inhale and change and exhale into the knee. Sternum to knee, but stay long. Out of the head. 2 more sets. 2. Last one. And release. Head down, going into jackknife. So we're going to take a huge inhale. Use the abs, lift the legs, stabilize. So we're always kind of, before we do this, any of this jackknife movement, we're watching our anchor, this bottom anchor, making sure we're immediately telling ourselves, this is going to propel everything that's happening, right? We're going to use that upper body and put the strength there. None of this goes to the head and neck. It's all here. So take a big inhale. As you open up those legs to a 45, exhale, pull back through center, 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 center. Quick tap, center. Everything below is helping us go down with a lot of control. Every vertebra, every vertebra. Hips hit the mat, open, press in, up and over. Quick tap, put it back into his arms, arms, arms. Then into the core, into 4. Open wide. Exhale. Quick tap. Up. Come down. One vertebra at a time. One at a time. Last one. Inhale wide. Tap. We're going to come down. One at a time. One at a time. Keep pressing into those arms. Yes. All right. We're going to grab behind the legs. Roll up to go into our planks, right? Our leg lift. So we're going to do our leg pull down, followed by a side bend twist. So I'm going to take a big inhale here. On the exhale, and now both of those legs zip together. We're going to lift one foot. Stay centered. Roll back on the heel and lift, right? Lift, lift, change. Lift, lift, change. Press the shoulders down and center yourself up right through the spine. Everything needs to be in line. Change. Lift, lift. Shoulders are down. Lift, lift. And release by going to your side. We're going to extend that arm up. So we have this long line, pressing that shoulder down, right? We're not going to sink into this. Pressing down. We're going to open, reach underneath. Open wide, reach underneath. Open, open, open. Reach. You're pulling up through that oblique to reach underneath that space. Open wide. Pull. Let's switch to the other side. Open wide and pull. Reach, reach. Open, pull across. Open wide, reach, open wide. We're pressing out of that shoulder and the supporting arm. Reach underneath and release. Coming into our kneeling side kicks. So arms are going to go nice and wide first. Always feeling like how we're weighted here from these hips down through the knees. Immediately, we're going to try to press these hips forward, right? To make sure that we're holding into this tall, tall spine. So we want to keep that nice and tall as the arms come out so that when we tilt, we're still trying to maintain that pull, right? This principle keeps going through every single thing that we're doing. So you're still trying to pull up and out you need those hips to press forward to maintain that, right? So my arm is going to come behind my head. I'm going to lift, pressing that hip forward. Lift. Yeah, we'll just do 4 of those. Then we're going to circle. Keep pressing it forward and pressing up out of your shoulder and reverse that circle. We're trying to keep everything long. Yep. And now we're going to kick front twice, kick back, kick front, kick back, kick front, kick back. One more time. Kick front, kick back, and release back to the center. Big inhale. Same thing. Shoulder goes down. Hip is pressing forward, palm behind the head. We're going to lift. Yep, just putting my palm lift, lift. Press that hip forward. I know it's falling. Circle the legs, circle, circle around. Let's reverse it. Reverse that circle. Keep that hip pressing forward. Now we're going to kick front twice, kick back. So kick, 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 kick front, kick back, kick, kick. Keep pressing that hip forward and come right back up. Big inhale at the top. Great. Arms down. Nice and tall. Okay, we're going to do some teaser 2 and 3. And so let's go into that. So starting at the top, we're going to sink all the way back down. Arms are going to go overhead. We're going to start either with the legs in tabletop or extended. So again, we're going to do that lift with our abdominals. Big inhale. Yes, lift with the abs, going to tabletop or extension. Right here, going into teaser 2. Big inhale. Now, we're using that exhale and momentum. We're coming up into that teaser, trying to keep that back and spine nice and long out of the top of the head. As you watch those legs lower, come back up and roll all the way down through the center. Inhale overhead. Exhale up. We're going to watch the legs lower, pull back up, sink down the center. Inhale overhead, up, watch, right? Watch, pull, sink, sink, sink. Inhale overhead, last one of 2, teaser 2. Lower the leg, come back up and release. We're going to go right into teaser 3, where now it's both the upper and lower body. Big inhale. Exhale, whoop, come into that teaser. Sink, sink, sink as you watch those toes. Pull back up and release. Big inhale overhead. Up. We're going to watch. I have to really kind of tuck in those hips first to go into that lowering of the upper body. Big inhale. And it's a challenge because we're in this tall back and then we're shifting to go down to watch those toes lower, pulling back up and release. Last one. So big inhale at the top. Up. Now tucking to lower as you watch. Come back up and then release. Arms overhead. Whew. Okay. Pulling ourselves up, rolling up. We're going to go right into our uh, leg pull up. So palms are facing me, feet out straight. Take a big inhale as you press into a tall spine. Exhale, get taller first before we even lift those hips. So we always take that moment to lengthen. Big inhale again and exhale. Press those hips up. See how much better it feels to get into the length first before you go into that. We're going to lift one leg up at a time and pulse twice, keeping the hips nice and parallel to the mat. Tap twice. Keep pressing into length. Let's just do 2 more sets. Press up. Tap, tap, press. Tap, tap, press. Tap, tap, press, release, coming back down. And shake out those hands for just a minute. Okay, going into a little bit of our side plank again, but this time a side bend. So no twist. So pressing up into to one side, either side is fine. We're going to reach overhead and sink back down. I'm going to look at that hand. So I'm reaching, reaching, reaching into this lateral side bend and then sink. Look at the hand. Let's switch to the other side. So as I come to the other side, same thing. Person pulling up into that oblique to get into this deep lateral bend, bringing the arm back out, looking at the palm as I sink down. Exhale into the bend. Inhale out. Just one more. Exhale, reach and come right onto your knees. Okay, we'll do a quick set of seal before we do some push-ups. So sitting on those nice tall sit bones pulling through the spine because we're immediately kind of once again trying to feel this spine growing out of the top of the head, and then we're going to balance in this tall spine position, reaching through to grab those feet on those heels. I'm staying nice and tall here, nice and tall as I can be before I go back. So I'm going to do a little tap with the feet, rolling back through to tap at the top, come up, tap here, sink to tap, tap. Yep, we're trying to go right down the center, pulling up tall into that spine. We're doing a quick tap on each end, tapping nice and tall. Stay centered, center, and sink through the head, right? To the shoulder blades is really where we're kind of going into that um, support. Sorry, got to say that a little better. And stop right there. Great. We're going to bring ourselves back around, getting into position for push-ups. You can stay on all fours. You can come out a little farther with your legs. You can go out to your toes in that plank position. I'm going to be about here today. This is where I'm at. So we're pressing up away from those shoulders. Nice long spine, neutral spine. Big inhale. Now on the exhale, we're going to bend in those elbows, pressing the shoulders down, stabilizing the whole time. Quick inhale at the bottom so you can press all the way back up, keeping that length in the spine and stability. Big inhale. Exhale. Stability, stability, stability. Come to the bottom and press, 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 press to the top. Inhale. Exhale. Be stable, 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 all the way to the bottom and stable as you come back up to the top. Big inhale, long, long spine. Exhale, bend, bend. Shoulders are going down. Shoulders are going down. Quick inhale. Exhale, press, 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 press to the top. Release, come back for just a moment. Just, taking out in between sets. These are short little sets that we're doing. So just pause, taking a quick break, and coming right back into it. Okay, so you can be on your knees, or you can once again walk that out a little farther, wherever you want that to go to challenge yourself, or send the feet up onto the toes in this plank position. So when you're here, big inhale again, exhale, coming down, everything is stable. Press all the way back up and through. You're like pressing through that sternum, but keeping the spine long. Big inhale, exhale, coming down. Press all the way back up. I'm going to go to my knees. Big inhale and exhale, exhale. Yes, shoulders down and shoulders down as you come back to the top. One more time. Big inhale, exhale, bend, 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 bend. Shoulders down, 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 and down as you come all the way back up. And release. Great. So we'll bring ourselves back. Just kind of shaking out those hands. I know from that push-up work. And that's the end of our workout for today. So we'll just keep coming back, you know, and I'll see you guys same kind